Greetings, everybody out there. Welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man. Proudly presents, you know what it is, comic book talk with friends. This is what we do all day, every day. But this is what we bring to you guys on Monday nights. So thank you guys for basically being here. Everybody that's out there in the world tuning in to today's show. It's going to be a good one. Well, it could be, just depending. It's a lot, just a few things we want to actually cover. We missed last week because of a couple of things that had to be addressed. But we're back and we'll cover both episodes 5 and 6. Just to see where we're at, where all of us are at, at this particular point, what we think about the show. Before I bring in the actual panelists, the other cats, do want to touch on a few things we actually want to talk about. First and foremost, still want to actually keep on with the keep on, just to say, you know what, thank you to everybody who has been participating in the Halloween initiative. Going full-fledged ahead with that. Definitely. Yesterday we went out and got a whole bunch of costumes based off of your donations, and we're still doing it. So thank you very, very, very much for that. This is going to be going up until October 1st. So we definitely appreciate that. Thank you very much for all your contributions, everything that you're actually sending through. Also, just wanted to let you know about the Halloween Initiative raffle for the Iron Scavenger from Jazz Inc. That is still going on right now as well. So again, if you want to participate in that, there are some slots still available. You just go to the Instagram page. All the details are actually there. Claim your spot. And yeah, on the first, we're going to actually go ahead and roll the dice, and let you know who won that piece. So definitely, man, if you're interested, still there. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being here tonight, but I can't do this without the amazing panel of interesting motherfuckers. So what's going on with y'all tonight, man? How y'all doing? Y'all good?
What's good? What's good? What's going on, man?
Yeah, man, so glad to have you guys here. Definitely, it's going to be a lot to talk about here tonight, or a few things we want to talk about. So Brendan, what's going on with you tonight besides the pinched nerve and the possibility of you dozing off, falling asleep, doing a backflip in your chair? How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I may or may not be on a muscle relaxer right now, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
No, this week, so COVID tore through my whole house.
Yeah.
Which I got 2 kids in school and my wife is a teacher. I knew it was going to happen eventually, so we made it like good 2.5 years without it happening, and fortunately everybody is vaccinated and boosted, so it wasn't like super hard on anybody. It was just a lot of like fatigue, just being tired. So gave me some time to catch up on some reading. So I am finally caught up on my X books.
Okay.
I've gotten right up to, and so probably tomorrow, I think I'm going to start the Axe Judgment Day event, because I've gotten right up to that.
Up to that point.
Yeah, I had to get catch up on X Force and Wolverine and main X-Men, Immortal, X-Men Red, and, Marauders.
Bro.
Yeah. So and I was a couple years behind, honestly. I fell way behind the X books because there are so many of them. It's so easy to fall behind on those.
Yep.
So I'm finally caught up on those. So I'm gonna do some. This is actually new release wise. This is actually kind of a light week this week for me. So I'll have some more time to like catch up completely on the Axe event. But I did manage to pick up this, which I thought this was really fucking cool. It is not the real one. The real one is going to cost me a whole lot of money, and eventually I will get a Daredevil #1. But in the interim, I found this dude on Etsy who takes classic comic book covers and he carves out these like 3D replicas of the books in wood.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's
so
dope.
he even sent it in a poly bag and everything, but like it's like 3D. Like these are carved like so they protrude from the base. And so I saw this. It was like $60. I was like, I gotta have that. So he makes like a bunch of others. He got one for like Amazing Fantasy 15 and Amazing Spider-Man #1 and Fantastic Four, like tons of things. But I saw this and I was like, that's just a cool ass collectible, and it's different than everything I normally collect, like hot toys or statues. So, and it's like a cool take on like an art print. So I saw this and I was like, I gotta have that. So picked that up. So that was a fun add on to the collection. And then I also got the Mirror Sulu and the Commander Saru from X06 for Star Trek figures this week. So, yeah, it was a pretty good, minus COVID. It was a pretty good week.
Dope. Well, I mean, hopefully the fam and everybody's doing good, man, and y'all getting through it definitely. Yep. So, I mean, everything should be cool after that. Vinny, man, what's going on with you, brother? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Just I'm way behind on reading too. Like I have so much to catch up on, but I've been doing just a lot of prep work for Inktober. That's like where all my focus has been. So, like I've been just going down a problem list, getting ideas in my head of upcoming things I want to do because some of the stuff takes planning and figuring out how I'm gonna do compositions, and I don't always have the time to do those at the end of each day. So sometimes I scout them out a little bit ahead of time going into the month. And when I don't, I'm like always behind the 8 ball. So I've been trying to get a jump on it.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that and working on a few other art projects that I may or may not have a chance to like drop before Inktober itself. If not, it'll be right after. Helped a buddy move this weekend, and then just spent most of the rest of the weekend just chilling out. Uneventful week. Didn't do too much craziness. Just catching up on shows, She-Hulk and Ring of Power, Game of Thrones. All caught up on Cobra Kai, so I'm pretty caught up on stuff. Also, scouting films for Horathon. Been doing a lot of that too. So getting a lot of so I got 2. I want to do 4 flicks for that, and I got 2 locked in, and just been scouting, watching a lot of really bad horror movies, some really decent horror movies, and some great ones. Just weeding out the good ones from the bad, so that way I have a great lineup for everybody on Horathon this year. So other than that, just chilling, man.
Dude, how good was Cobra Kai, man?
Cobra Kai I felt like it started off a little slow, and I was like, oh, did they finally lose their mojo? And then it just got really fucking good just right away, and it was just fantastic. I mean, that I don't want to really spoil anything, but that first Daniel and Terry fight was just so fucking good. Like I've said, like the best way I can describe that show is it's so much better than it has any right to be, because it's so cheesy, but it's really good cheese. It's like really good, just silliness.
They do it in a way that never really makes you roll your eyes.
It never takes itself too seriously, but there's parts of it that are fucking just really good and solid and serious. And I think what seals it and makes it so great is that no matter how like goofy or whatever silly is that they do and hokey, and sometimes they lean into it in a way that it's like it's supposed to be, but what gets you a pass on all that is that when they're fighting, they actually have great action choreography. I mean, everyone on the show is able to make you believe that they at least have a really decent knowledge of karate. Yep. It's like really impressive that there is some karate sequences and action sequences on this show that rival actual martial arts films. And I am one of the biggest martial arts heads, and I'm watching some of that stuff and I'm like, these kids are fucking fluid. Like they're smooth. It's not choppy cutaway, like high, it's not shaky cam. They're not. They know their shit.
They even make Ralph Macchio look decent in these, which is not easy to do. Yeah. So their choreography's on point.
The choreography is just very, very, very tight. It's incredibly impressive for
and having Johnny drive Uber and and Postmates and stuff. Come on, man, that was comedy gold.
It's so good. I'm just.
If you haven't watched Cobra Kai, people, you gotta watch.
It's just one of those things.
Season 4 was the best one.
It's just so great. The funny thing is, it's like the whole premise of the show could be like a 10-minute like sketch comedy bit. You know what I mean? Like it's just such a simple premise, but they've got so much legs out of it. It's amazing.
When I first heard the concept for it, when it was a YouTube original, I was like, this is going to be a really cheesy like parody of itself.
That's what I thought.
It'll last 1 year on YouTube, and then it's going to go away. I never thought in a million years it was going to turn into what it has. but I'm so happy that it did.
Me too. I've been blown away. I'm so proud of everybody involved. It's really good.
I'm probably the only person that hasn't gotten past the first season.
Dude, you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, bro.
You do not know what you're missing, man.
It picks up real heavy in season 2. That's when everything kicks off. Like season 1 was good, but season 2 was like the fireworks that started the whole.
Season 1 is the prologue. Man. Season 1 is just because they didn't know that they were gonna get over to Netflix season. I'm telling man, you push through it, you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded.
Miguel, the kid who plays them is just so great. That's why I was so dreading.
Dude, he's Blue Beetle.
It's the perfect.
He's a great actor, man.
It's the kid from the lead from Cobra Kai is Blue Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
It's why it's one of the reasons why I was like, you better not fuck with Blue Beetle. That kid is amazing. I want him to have this.
Yeah, he's a great actor, man.
I want him to have this breakout role.
Well, you got to go back to it. You got to go back to him.
Definitely, I will, man. So, Jedi Kid, man, thank you for being here, brother. What's going on with you, man? How you doing tonight?
Man, we dealing with this storm, brother. We getting ready for this hurricane. That's why I came in a little late. We had.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. We just got heavy rain right now. Heavy rain, some flooding in some areas. We didn't get no flooding yet. It's just raining a lot right now. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Definitely stay safe,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
Keep it moving, man. Make sure you good, bro.
Yes, sir.
Because we can't have anything happening to you. Let me address the chat real quick. Make sure everybody's out there, man, and they listening. We got One Pouch Man in the building. Thank you for being here. Tobar's in the building. My guy. Thank you for being here, Keith. Amber May. We got Renz Talentino. He just actually went through a typhoon, man. I was so glad you're here, bro. Hope everything works out. They're still dealing with their power situation over there. So hopefully everything's okay with you, man. So glad to have you here. We got who else is in the building? Luminar, thank you for basically being here as always. CJB is in the building. Thank you for being here with us, man. We got One Pouch Man all day, every day. We got JP Noble. We got the Docinator, the Booty King is in the building. Thank you for being here, man. AJ Agrusa. We got Man What, and definitely, man, a few more people will be stopping through here shortly. So definitely it'll be a good one. So yeah, okay. So here's the thing, man, because like I said, this might run short, it might run longer, who knows? But we'll try to get through as much as we can. Okay, so let me just start this way. Okay, overall thoughts, and I'm gonna go last because I just want everybody else to kind of tell me where they're sitting right now with it, because we know that, again, coming into this series, knowing the history of Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, we know where she originated. We went through all that blase, so we know where it was. We know where this character would evolve. It's just seeing how that would actually play out in the series. So far from what I'm seeing, from what I thought in the very beginning, a couple of episodes, again, I thought that we were sort of going in the right direction. My thoughts on where it sits right now, I'm just going to hold that, but it's just going somewhere where I didn't think it was going to go. Brendan, so far, what are your thoughts on this season? So, like, where it's at right now, where we at with episodes 5 and 6 and the evolution of basically what we're seeing from episode 1 to now? What are your thoughts on it? I'm gonna let you speak, bro.
I was very happy and optimistic after the first 2 episodes. And I've kind of, I don't want to say I've soured on it since I've been let down with, I feel like there's been no momentum after those first couple episodes. And that's a problem for me because the first couple of episodes were heavy on, her relationship with Bruce and tying her into the larger MCU. And then I feel like once we shifted gears and now we're just focusing on her, the writing hasn't been as good. Which is unfortunate because I think the writing is actually really good on her comic book. And I think they're trying to go for that tone. But I don't feel like they're sticking the landing. Episode 5, I enjoyed a lot of elements of it. I dug the the guy being a sneakerhead and trying to get, the new Iron Man 3. Like, I liked that. I thought that was funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was okay with that. And that he and her paralegal, her assistant, they had like good chemistry and stuff. There was good comedic value there. And the court case and her think of using dating apps to kind of set the legal precedent for, the trademark and stuff. I thought that those elements were good, and those are in line with the kind of Ally McBeal style, show that they've said that they're aiming for. The problem is that Ally McBeal, when it struck and got really big in the 90s, because the writing was smart and there was more depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like that was the thing that was missing from that episode. And then you move into episode 6, and a legal thing, a court case that actually would have been perfect for Jen to be involved in. She was completely taken out of.
Yep.
And then they put her at a wedding.
Exactly.
That it was like there was just no reason. Like, if they had established that this was a friend at the beginning, but it was just like, this is literally, I mean, she even breaks the fourth wall, looks in, and she's like, this is your typical like standalone wedding episode.
Yeah.
But the problem is, wedding episodes historically in like half-hour like sitcoms or single camera shows there have been some amazing ones. There have been some bangers over the decades of good like wedding episodes of a show, right? Perfect example to me is New Girl. New Girl did a couple wedding episodes that were fucking hilarious. And it was great. And this wasn't that. This was just like, there were points where they could have gotten some good comedy, but then they didn't. It was just her kind of getting drunk as Jen on the dance floor, slurring a little bit, to the guy, and then getting in a fight. And I could see where there were things that like, oh, we're supposed to laugh at this. But I was thinking in my head, oh, I'm supposed to laugh at that. I am laughing at it, right? And it was just set up and then miss. And I just felt like they kept trying to set things up, and then I wasn't laughing at them, and I wanted to, and that was frustrating, especially in the comics, in this current run. At one point, like Titania and Jen, they basically are like, all right, you know what? Look, we're never going to be friends, and we need to get some of our aggression out if we're going to live these, our other lives. So once a week, we're going to meet up in this alley, and we're just going to beat the shit out of each other and then walk away. Leave it there. No, breaking New York, no getting arrested, none of that. We're just going to wail on each other, get out that aggression. And it creates this almost friendship. They're like frenemies in a sense, right?
Yeah.
But this never rose to that. It was just like they're like what they call throwaway episodes or fillers, standalone, that can still work. Like they're separated from a larger story, and they're still funny, and you're entertained throughout it, and it works. The problem is that, one, it wasn't done well to the point where it wasn't funny, and two, you can't separate yourself from a larger story if you haven't done a larger story. And that's the thing. There has been no larger story. We get the guy making the suit, and that's supposed to kind of and that was the other thing too. I was like, well, the tease was cool to see the Daredevil cowl in the box. At the same time, I'm like, oh man, they just got rid of Melvin Potter. They just got rid of the Gladiator. He's not making the super suits anymore for Daredevil, right?
Yep.
I was like, that kind of sucks. And then at the same time, it's like, because of like the campy nature of the show and the campy history of the red and yellow suit, I could see that makes a little bit more sense if you're bringing Daredevil into this world to have the yellow suit made that's like flashy and stuff made by this guy. I still just didn't, it was like, I felt like that it just didn't need to be done. All in all, I just feel like this show is basically a bunch of things that never really feel like they're necessary. Never really feel like they're needed in the MCU. And I'm okay with a show that's fairly self-contained and is just entertainment for itself and doesn't have to tie into the larger MCU. But you got to deliver on. And I just feel like, as much as I've wanted it to, I felt like the writing in these episodes after that initial run it just hasn't been there. And I feel like the chemistry that she had with Bruce, I was hoping that, okay, she's going to then have that with her assistant or somebody else on the show. They've been just kind of there to make, set up jokes and stuff, but there's been no grounding relationship in the show. So I'm still in. I'm going to watch it all. Obviously Daredevil is coming soon, so I'm going to watch it through no matter what. But unfortunately, as it stands right now, if it continues down this path, it's going to be one of those ones where, okay, I watched it. I'm probably not going to go back and rewatch it.
Right.
You definitely. Vinny, because I know, like, a lot of good points, Brendan. Like, straight up, bro, you nailed it. Like,
he's right.
How can you step away from, if you haven't done anything to establish yourself at a point, especially with these court cases? And one thing that really kind of rubs me the wrong way is the simple fact that we know Jennifer Walters in the comics embraces who the fuck she is as She-Hulk. She's okay with that, and she uses it to her advantage. We're seeing way too much resistance with this character, and I don't understand why they keep doing it. Like, they keep even with the other characters, it's sort of like saying, "Oh, I don't want you to be She-Hulk. I want you to be Jen." Or I don't want you to be Jen. I want you to be She-Hulk. It's just like a brain, like a mind. Anyway,
and with such short episodes, you don't have long to
you
get
don't have
through that.
Enough time
into
to do
the stuff that really resonates.
You don't. Vinny, where you sit with this, bro?
Oh,
wait. Hold that real quick.
Yeah.
Get ready. $5 super chat. I like She-Hulk a lot, but episode 6 is She-Hulk. The Hallmark Friends Wedding special. Yeah, that is true.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Vinny. What were you gonna say, bro?
I agree with a lot of the sentiments that Brennan had. It's I came into this expecting a comedy and being completely okay with that, and it's really frustrating hearing people criticizing the show as if we expected Hulk smash for however many episodes and we're mad that we're not getting that. It's not that. I'm cool with comedy. There's plenty of Marvel comedies that I enjoy. Like, Ant-Man was genius. The first Guardians of the Galaxy is not like Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics, but I still enjoyed it because their take on it was really, really well done. And I feel like it worked better than if they had done the comic book version of it. So this dedication to the quirky, fourth wall breaking She-Hulk from the comics is something that I was interested in and looking forward to. But that's not enough. It also has to be good writing. It can't just be funny just for funny's sake. And there's so many jokes that it's just, I'm just sitting there like with a deadpan look on my face, like who is this for? Like, who is busting the gut laughing over this? I just don't know who is just crying. Like, and I feel like, okay, so there's so many moments in this show where I feel like, all right, this just maybe isn't for me. Maybe it's just for women, and that, and I'm trying not to look at it as, oh, like this isn't for, one demographic is for another, and it's specifically like not. But I'm looking at my girl watching it, and she's looking at me like, is there something that they're referencing in the comics that this is supposed to? No, that's just a at surface level joke that that's supposed to be funny, but it's very vapid, it's very shallow, it's very it's very lazy. There's a lot of lazy, just very low hanging fruit jokes, and a lot of it just doesn't work, and a lot of it is just very fillerish, and it doesn't feel like there's filler episodes. Feel like most of the show it feels like a filler show in general, and it's and there's this whole kind of controversy about men criticizing it or making like women like haha just it feels very conservative. It's like the old joke where like a conservative will eat shit just so a liberal has to smell their breath. It's like they're getting off on that men don't like it because it's not for you, haha. But it's like, it's why be divisive? And I feel like the show is divisive. I mean, honestly, I feel like maybe the dude at the wedding was the first decent male on the show. Period.
Right.
Every other guy on the show, and this whole, except for Bruce, has been a complete piece of shit. And it's you can't do that with any other show. You can't have every woman on the show just be a bitch or a damsel in distress. Like there has to be a balance of strong female characters on every male show. But this show, it just seems to be really leaning into that men are trash. And I feel like even if you're writing a show for single women, why is that the message that you're conveying? Because that seems to be the message that they're trying to put over, like fuck guys and they're trash. And like you look at the kind of like the context behind the Mortal man's subplot. First of all, I thought he was hilarious. I thought that was one of the few things that worked. But the lawyers like teaming up to like stick it to him, even though they're working for him, is so it doesn't even make any sense. Like there's lawyers who go out of their way to like help their murdering clients, and here you have lawyers
their client
mad because right. And here you have two female lawyers who are really mad because this dude got over on females. So it's like
it should have been Jen defending him anyway.
And why the hell wasn't she there?
That was her case.
That would have been the reason why chance for her to embrace Hulk.
Right. Because she's there. She's someone who he can't pull that shit with. Whatever. You know, like it just doesn't make any sense. And then you put her in a scenario where I don't know what the point is of a lot of this. It just seems to be like a lot of chefs in the kitchen writing this, and I'm not sure if they even know what they're trying to accomplish. I mean, and it's not because it's self-contained. I felt like Moon Knight really tried to be self-contained. I feel like Miss Marvel even tried to be self-contained. And here's two shows that are kind of what this show is trying to do, trying to appeal to a specific demographic, but Miss Marvel never shits on anyone else to lift up the demographic that they're aiming at. And
it was smart, it was funny, and it had heart.
Miss Marvel was
good.
Like,
had that in this.
Miss Marvel was completely 100% a show for women, and it never made me feel, or most men feel like, oh, you're not supposed to be watching this. What are you doing? Like this, you know, this isn't for you. But I feel like this show is trying to make you feel that way in a way. And even if that was the case, if it was funny and bashing men, I'd be happy because it would be fun. At least
that's the biggest issue. Is just
it's like if someone's roasting me, someone's making fun of me. I'm like, no. At least be funny if you're gonna make fun of me. I want to laugh too. Like if you're gonna roast me, you gotta be, be funny. You know, if you're gonna shit on things, if you're gonna, just try harder. It just I don't understand the point. And there's so much shit that's doesn't make sense in general. There's little things all the way through that doesn't, like, for instance, why is her superhero dress supposed to be form-fitting? Why, when she's Jen, does it look like it's 4 sizes too big?
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
It's shit like that doesn't make sense. It's like, wait, what?
I don't understand that either.
There's so many moments that take you out of it that just makes me think, what am I not getting here?
I didn't like.
I don't understand that.
It's like, okay, so Jennifer, you're at a wedding where clearly you're the butt of all jokes. Like literally at that point, the pretty much the matron of honor is clowning you. You know what I mean? The bride is clowning you. You know what I mean? And you're just subjected to be this background character at the wedding, somewhere where I don't think that you should have attended, but yet you would have been more effective in court. Like you would have been more effective during that particular case, and they are not showing us her potential.
How did that wedding scene not result in her being like, fuck all y'all don't even want me here, I'm a joke, you're making me do iron your clothes and shit like that? Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would they not put her in a position where she's able to stand up to the female bullies that she's dealing with here, the same way that the show goes out of the way to have her stand up to men? Doesn't make any sense.
On that comment, that dude, I think you need to go back and read the books because she's an awesome character in the books, man.
That's Bruce. That's my guy, Bruce.
And she does sleep around in the comics.
But
she definitely does.
A lot.
But she does shelter a lot of strength in the in the books,
and that's empowering because it's like men can sleep with whoever they want. Why can't she?
Well, here that's the thing. There are plenty of male characters that are bouncing from one woman to the next in the comics. So
Wolverine, for example,
she's still a great character in the comics. And I mean they had a whole episode of her just going through like Tinder and stuff. So I don't think they're trying to I don't think they're trying to make her more powerful as a woman by sleeping around less. Because one, you can sleep with however many people you want.
Thing, though.
That doesn't impact how strong she is as the Hulk. I just think that it's just the writing again hasn't been that funny. I don't think they're trying to compensate in a different direction to change stuff from the books. I think they're going for the tone of the books. They're just missing it.
I think that they're more interested in showing how strong she is as just a regular female, rather than the potential that she has to really show what she can do as a hero or as, someone who has, this amazing level of strength and agility. We're not emphasizing that. And it's less, the thing is, we're watching She-Hulk, honestly. Even like it's not just us, but women are too watching She-Hulk to see She-Hulk.
Yeah,
we're not seeing
not Jen.
But also, if you want to make her stronger as Jen, the human first, that's fine. You're not doing it.
No,
like you're not doing it well. Like write better and give us better because I love this character and I want this character to be good. And like I said, I have no problem if they're making jokes at the expense of men in this show. Like Vinny said, I'll laugh at me. I'll laugh at men at my gender. I have no problem with that.
Be funny.
Just make it funny. It's like, have you ever been to a roast? The most uncomfortable fucking thing is if you go to a roast and the person that's up at is saying shit and it's just not funny.
Yeah.
Because it's awkward as a motherfucker. Right?
Because it's like, I'm not laughing because it's me, the butt of the joke. I'm not laughing because it's just not, I want to laugh at
you're not making me laugh.
Yeah, it's
like,
it's tough. And it's not like they don't know what they want to do with Jen. Like that. And I get that they're making it kind of like, well, she's more, confident and assertive and shit when she's She-Hulk, but that's supposed to kind of like double back as her as a person when she's herself.
But they haven't even established that. Like that's the point. Is like the writing has failed on two fronts, in my opinion. It's one, failed to make me laugh, and two, it's failed to make her seem like a really strong, competent character in either She-Hulk or human form. Like I feel like there hasn't been the character development. I thought they're like, oh, all right, this is good. They only had Bruce around for like the first 2 episodes as it launches. Now we're really going to get into her character development. She's the exact same that she was in the first episode.
In the very first episode.
She has not changed. Exactly. She has not come to accept the Hulk side of her and figure out how that's going to work in her personal life, in her professional life. She hasn't, like, she handled the Blonsky thing and then it was like, that was just done. There was no okay, I figured something out about where I fit in this world. There was nothing. It was just like, okay, now we'll just go to the next like standalone filler kind of episode. That's what I'm saying is like each opportunity where they could have developed the character either of Jen or She-Hulk or both or made us laugh. They haven't done any of those things.
Hey, Jason, where are you sitting with this right now, bro? Where what's your thoughts on it, man?
We don't have too many times where we all agree on episodes or shows or movies or whatever. And I think it's unanimous with the way we feel, with the way I feel about it, the way you guys feel. I didn't find any, like, it wasn't funny to me. Like, I mean, I'm used to the comic book. I'm used to She-Hulk in the comics. I mean, she's a smart lawyer. She should have been in court. This whole wedding thing should have been postponed, or I can't make it. I got a court case coming up. Like Mr. Immortal should have been her case, you know.
Yep.
And the whole thing, even at the wedding, like they try to get all these dumb jokes with her ironing the clothes and she's walking with a freaking dog. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's just, it wasn't. It was like a filler, like you said. Like, I didn't like it, man, at all. And then so far, I've liked the show. I mean, the first 2 episodes were really good to me. The third one was okay, and then the last 2 were just, I just couldn't get into it, man. At all. And like you said, like Bruce is gone, so this was her time, the time for us to see her growing into the She-Hulk role. She resents it even more now. It's like, I just, I don't understand.
Like,
I don't understand.
She doesn't want it. It's like, I don't know. It's just like bipolarism. 1 minute you want to embrace it, the next minute you don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where it
but then you fight to keep the name in court.
To me. Yeah, like, you know, you fight to keep the name, but then you're not utilizing the name to the best of your potential. And one of the biggest things that I don't like, and I've stressed this, you know, I was even talking to Toya about it. What I don't like is the simple fact that, okay, you're making a point to let us know that you're being trolled. You're making it a point to basically use real, I'm talking about real shit from the internet. You're putting it, you're making it a point
on
to
the
let
show.
us know. And you've done that more than one episode.
That's what I meant by
that will backfire. Because the thing is, but you keep doing that, it's more ammunition for people to say, you know what? Yeah, now we know that you're pointing it out. Okay, we get that particular point. It would be something totally different if you were showing us the potential that she has as a character and
showing the character growth
route, and it was well written. But not only are you pointing at you're pointing out certain things that people are saying about the show, but you're also pointing out certain things about what they're saying about the show that's true. Not the hate, with some of the other stuff.
If you're gonna call your shot, you better hit it.
You better hit it, and they're not hitting it right now
at all. It's such a very I feel like it's a foolish take, and I know that's coming from a man. It's like, of course I'm gonna feel that way, but no, it's like Black Panther didn't spend 2 hours telling Whitey they suck because they want white people to go to the movie too.
Right.
It's like your whole point isn't supposed to be to, like, you know, like, we don't need y'all. You should want everybody to watch your show.
Everybody to watch it.
The point that some of the trolls are making is just opinions that people who aren't sexist are making but they're making it in a sexist way. So it's like, if I enjoy female characters and female comics and female heroes and I want them to be awesome, but I say the show sucks, it's because I'm sexist. It's like, so there's no winning. So that's putting up a shield saying you can't criticize the show, because if you do, you're trolling. And so it's just like, I mean, if I go and make a complaint at customer service and they just bring everybody out to the back to just point at you and laugh, it's like, all right, well, what do you think that you're going to get out of that? Because the people who you think is going ha, those aren't, in general, those aren't lifelong fans who are going to go watch everything. Those are people who are just there for this demographic, for this show. And like, why turn off all those other fans just to, like, stick it to the trolls? It's like, what's the number one rule of the internet? Don't feed the fucking trolls.
They doing it.
I'll tell you, the thing is, people, you know, were talking about, like, oh, they're bringing Daredevil into this show and that's gonna suck, and I was like, no, dude, I don't care if a lighthearted, like, they brought Wong in, they can bring Daredevil, they can bring Doctor Strange, you could bring any number of characters in, and they can fit the tone of that show and then still be in something else and still fit the tone of another show or another movie. But now, so I was not concerned about that before. I am concerned now, not because of the level of, like, not because of, like, it's like a goofy world. It's because the writing has not been good. Yeah. And if the writing has not been good, then I have very little confidence that all of a sudden the writing is going to be good when he comes in.
Oh, he's
right?
definitely coming in with the "I am not Daredevil" sweatshirt. If he
so
comes in.
yeah, like that's
Exactly.
so that's the thing. It's like I have no problem with seeing a lighter side of Daredevil for this show. I have no problem with seeing, because like you said, in the comics, all right, Daredevil will cross over into the She-Hulk comics at some point.
Yeah,
And obviously
She-Hulk,
it's not going to
Spider-Man.
be as dark as like a Frank Miller issue, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. We can deal with it. It's like he's in that right now. Just like similarly, She-Hulk has shown up in the new Jessica Jones miniseries, The Variants, okay? And she comes in, and now she's fitting the tone of that miniseries, all right? And it's a different tone than the standalone She-Hulk series, and it works.
Yeah.
So those crossovers and you match the tones, that can work all the time. It's just that the writing has to be good. And that's the problem here is I felt like the writing has not been good. They've been trying to be funny without being funny.
How many episodes do we have left?
3?
I think 3.
Because it's 9. Is it 9?
I think it's 9 episodes.
Yeah, it's 9.
So we have 3 episodes for 3 episodes. So it took 3 episodes, but 6 episodes that really hasn't shown us any type of narrative or where direction that they're going right now.
We don't even know who the big bad is yet. So I mean, I think it might be a leader.
And that's the thing. It's somebody. I guarantee it's not going to be any. It's somebody who's trying to like steal her DNA, who's trying to steal her blood.
Yeah.
There were a lot of theories bandied about, and I kind of don't think any of them are true now. I think it's going to be kind of like a
no name,
gotcha. Like it's going to be nothing. It's going to be a bullshit thing because people were talking about there were a lot of rumors. People thought that it could be the Kingpin, who was using like the Wrecking Crew and these other guys to try and get some of her blood, maybe to help heal the wound that he got when Echo shot him at the end of Hawkeye. It could be that. There were also people who were saying maybe it was Sharon Carter, all right, as the power broker, because she had been trying to get her hands on Super Soldier Serum during the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. So maybe she would, but the thing is, the way this show has unfolded and how the writing has been so bad, I feel like it would undermine any major character that you have plans with in the future if they turn out to be the big bad for the last 30 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
So I that's why now I really hope that it isn't any of those, and I hope it's just some throwaway thing because they don't have enough time to really develop a villain. If we have 3 more episodes and they're roughly a half-hour piece, we got 90 minutes left. I don't see them being able to do that.
What really pissed me off about the show before last, when she was getting the clothes on or whatever, and they showed the Daredevil helmet in the box in the shop, and I'm like, after seeing the last episode, it was like I felt like they did that just to bait you to watch the next show. You know what I'm saying? Because
they did that, and then
I knew he wasn't going to be in the next one.
They did that, and then when he wasn't in the next one, they took to Twitter to make fun of men who watched it.
Right.
Oh,
you guys are upset.
I got you mad.
What? I don't think he's going to be in the next one too. I think he'll be in like the last 2 episodes.
I don't understand the point of it.
I agree with you.
Because they wanted people who had no interest in She-Hulk and were just going to watch it
him
to watch each week, and hopefully they would
I'm still under the I still think that he's going to just be a post-credit scene.
Me too.
I'm, at this point, this is where I feel he's a good one.
Me too.
Because it doesn't make sense right now. Okay, both of them being lawyers.
To be honest, that would be the best thing.
It would.
That's
where I'm with.
The writing is not going to fit him.
This is me, the biggest Daredevil fan in the world, saying I don't want to be in the show until just a quick post credits.
Now if a Daredevil fan says
room for them to fuck him
up. That's the problem.
Toya said, I feel like they tried to force our focus more on her substance than her sexual freedom, but aren't really doing a good job at doing so. It's just missing the mark.
Yeah.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
It is, and that's coming from a woman.
Like Bruce said. It's like Bruce said. I don't think that they knew how to do the sexual freedom that she has in the comics properly with her. And
it's like
they didn't know how to do it.
It's like you're it's like you're trying to show her sexual freedom or her freedom at the expense of her integrity and level of intelligence. Because the thing is, it's like, you know what? We don't want you to, you're a lawyer. This is what we hired you to do. But yet you're leaving it to everybody else. Like, for instance, the case before it, but the case before the last, she relied on another lawyer to help her protect her name.
Right.
This case, you're relying on that same lawyer and your assistants to handle the come on, Mr. Immortal's case.
You might as well take your job.
Like,
you might as well give your
literally,
job.
what are you
Ally
there
McBeal,
for?
the show that they said they were trying to emulate for this was that she was actually she was a really good lawyer, and people would underestimate her because of her, because of her gender, because of her personality, bubbly kind of. But then she was a really good lawyer. We haven't seen that from like that. We haven't seen her do some really good maneuvering in the court, and we're like, oh shit, that was pretty cool. Like,
we saw her in one case on her own.
So that
won one case on her own.
So that problem there is that, all right, she doesn't have that badass moment as She-Hulk and that confidence to be sexually free because she's not even secure enough in who she is in either form, in She-Hulk or as Jen. And then the same thing professionally, she's not secure as Jen or She-Hulk.
Nope.
It's like she hasn't grown.
She don't want to be either or. That's what I'm confused about.
She's just.
Do you want to be Jen or She-Hulk?
Doesn't know who she is, and it's kind of like that. And maybe that's what they're working on, getting her to that point where she's confident as both Jen and She-Hulk, and then she can come into her own. But it doesn't look like it's going there. It looks like it's regressing.
Yeah. I agree.
I just, at this particular point, I don't know. I think the whole show is bipolar to me, bro. Even the writers are, because I don't think that they know where they want to go with it. And to me, like, again, reading the comics and reading where she is right now in the comics, the book right now is a dope ass story. It's dope. But what they're doing with this particular character, it's like, yo, I'm really disinterested in seeing where she's going to go because you haven't done enough to hook me in, and the jokes are not landing to the point that the show doesn't take itself serious, period. It doesn't take itself serious at all. Like, it wants you to know it's a joke, but at the expense of telling a good ass fucking story. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. We know now what you basically think of men right now. But it's just like not every dude is a effing scum, bro. Like,
I just wish this show was a Marvel team up, and it was like a TV. It was like a TV MA rating, and it was her and Deadpool, just like breaking the fourth wall and just like wacky shit. Like, I would have loved that.
It just seems like these guys are reading or skimming through comic books. Okay, this story looks good. We'll put this in there. This story looks good. We'll put this in there. They're not doing enough research. The writers aren't doing anything. I don't know, man. To me, they're not doing her.
Feel like they're. Yeah, I feel like they need to read the actual comic books, read the runs, like the current
skimming.
Run. But then also study. Like, you could tell on WandaVision how much they put into understanding the different sitcom eras that they were emulating for the different episodes. They put that research in. They even used the same cameras and lights from like the I Love Lucy days and stuff like that for those.
They put in work,
right?
Exactly.
And again, like this most recent episode, like in half-hour comedies, the wedding episode is nothing new. That is a classic trope that every show visits at some point because it can be really funny. You can do a lot of wacky shit in a wedding episode, right? And like I said, you've had great wedding episodes, multiple in that show New Girl, all right? You've had great wedding episodes in just about every sitcom that you can think of, from Cheers to Fresh Prince to you name it, right? You've had great wedding episodes in, shows like Modern Family and stuff like that. There's a lot that you could work with. And I feel like they didn't go back and pay attention to any of those and see what really made those work. And it's like part of your, like, you're saying this is supposed to be like an Ally McBeal style show. Okay. Did you watch Ally McBeal?
Evidently you didn't.
Did you? Yeah,
Nope.
like, did you go back and actually watch that? Did you go back and watch wedding episodes of classic sitcoms and stuff? Did you read all of the She-Hulk books? Because I feel
Definitely
like if
not.
there are like 10 people in the writer's room, it's like one of them did this thing. One of them watched some wedding episodes. One of them maybe read a couple Hulk books. One of them maybe, did some research on this, but like none of them I feel like did everything to really be prepared for it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the writing has let us down, and it's let the character down, because this is the first introduction for a lot of people, especially people who don't read the books but are coming to all these characters through the MCU for the first time. And this is not what has made this character a great read for years.
Yeah.
Like, this character is really, really good in the books, and they're not capturing that. And a lot of people are going to just tune out from this character from now on, because this is the only version that they are familiar with, and it's not
capitalizing. They're not.
You know
they're
what?
Definitely not capitalizing. With 3 episodes left, it's going to be hard to kind of.
It's going to be hard.
I don't. We've said that in a lot of shows about how are they going to wrap this stuff up in the last couple episodes. I don't see there's too much to wrap up, but it's the opposite on this. I'm thinking, are they going to be able to start anything before the show is over? Because they haven't started anything. There's no momentum at all.
Yeah.
You know what, you guys, when we first started watching Miss Marvel back when it first came out, you guys remember like the first episode, I was kind of mad because they changed the whole thing about Terrigen Mist and oh god, this is not gonna work. Boom, 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 boom. All 3 of you said, Jason, just watch it, give it a chance. Just trust the writers, dude. The way they wrote that show, man, they didn't even need to have the Terrigen Mist in there. I mean, I because there was good writing. The guys did their research on every aspect. Miss Marvel is kicking this show in the ass. I'm sorry, bro. It is. And it's because it was well written and well researched.
Family oriented,
bro.
It was a great pace with the show. This pacing here, I just don't know what the fuck they are doing.
I don't know where I'm going.
I don't.
I'm going 50 miles an hour 1 minute. The next minute I'm going 10. I'm 100 miles an hour 1 minute. Next minute I'm going 40. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't know, bro. Like the last 2 episodes are really like they lost me, man. I was turned off when she started the episode and she said, "All right, we got was unexpected. A wedding is all unexpected, and I know you guys are mad, but I have a wedding to go to." Like what the hell? I was like,
it sucks because I'm not like, oh, I can't wait for like the next episode, and there are 3 more. I can't wait for the next episode. My mind is, man, I can't wait until this is over, because then that means we got Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night, yeah.
Right?
Like,
that's what like.
This shit is over.
I'm not like, oh man, I can't wait for this finale because I want to see what they do. I want this to be over because I want Moon Knight. I want Werewolf by Night.
Do you know how frustrating it was that on Wednesday?
Twitter gonna be full, boy.
It was so frustrating last week. We go from 3 episodes of Andor, and then it's like the next day it's like, oh, dude, we went from 3 episodes of Andor, then the next day it's like, oh, She-Hulk.
And that's
I wish they swapped days. I wish Andor was on Thursday so that whatever
Andor
was on Wednesday was washed away by Thursday.
Yeah,
but it's the reverse. I'm like, this after Andor,
oh, I gotta
and
eat
I'm
your
like
vegetables.
this after like.
Oh man. That was funny.
That's the thing, though. It's true, and like,
oh god,
again, it's like, all right, whatever about the next 3 episodes of She-Hulk, but I want me some Werewolf by Night,
because that's getting
Werewolf by Night
right now, and
they've already saw
also, dude, come on,
showings.
Man, the fact that we got, I love Laura Donnelly as an actress. She's great. She's great on that HBO show, The Nevers. All right, and she's Elsa Bloodstone, right? Yeah. And the fact that the whole special takes place in Bloodstone Castle,
that's gonna be great, bro.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
I'm super psyched for that. I also really hope that Laura Donnelly stays on and she gets to then, be Elsa Bloodstone in the larger MCU with Blade.
She needs to be, bro.
And Dane Whitman.
She needs to be.
She's such a great actor.
She's an amazing actress, bro. Like she needs.
If you haven't watched The Nevers, it is good, dude. She is so good on that. And that show is great.
She's gonna be excellent, man.
And as Elsa Bloodstone, I can't wait to see how she fits into that role. But like I said, then you see her with all these other characters, Black Knight and Blade and stuff, man. Yeah. That's gonna be really cool. They're really setting up that cool supernatural.
Now, is Blade gonna make an appearance in this show? On the special?
I doubt it. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think he will. I think the thing is they want to focus on this in the direction that they're taking. I mean,
they're running into production right now. They're about to start on it too.
They're saving Blade for it.
His man thing is official though, right?
The man thing is in the actual.
Man thing is in Werewolf. Oh yeah.
I can't wait, dude. I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah, they confirmed that a while back. But he's
Vinny, you haven't seen the trailer, have you? See, I'm sorry about that, bro.
No, it's okay. It's cool.
Oh damn, I keep forgetting.
You gotta be careful, bro.
It's all good. It's all good. No, it's
bad,
all good,
bro.
They posted a picture of it, so he's
baby.
Earlier, so.
Skylar,
they had confirmed Man Thing before the trailer and stuff that was
daughter.
Just we saw him, but that wasn't new. That had been out for a while.
So,
but the reviews say it's kind of violent too, man. It's gonna be awesome to see them.
That's the reviews. The early reviews from press are saying that it's actually very violent. That it's awesome. They're really embracing that horror nature,
the werewolf horror,
which I think is a lot more than people were expecting from a Disney Plus show. So I think this one is going to surprise a lot of people.
That's cool.
My daughter, she watched. She said, I couldn't wait for this conversation because for her, she watched it and she was like, how can I even think? How can I believe that this is somebody I can relate to, like in general? You know what I mean? Like, And the thing is, it's like you said, bro, I'm not excited about where I'm not, I can't wait. And I never thought I would actually say it because I was really hype about this show, bro. I was hype about it. I was so excited about seeing it. And now I'm just to the point where before they embarrass the character even more, just give it an end.
Just
give it an end, end it and just whatever. Because where you're going right now with it is just and I'm telling you, if this next episode is remotely close to how bad I thought last episode was, I'm probably won't finish the season. As much as I would want to, I'll just live vicariously through everybody else. And if they say there was a really dope episode, she said this show is garbage so far, just being completely honest. No consistency with the story. That's where she's at.
Hold up a second, think about it.
I agree.
She's their demographic, and
these are women complaining about the show. These are women complaining about the show. Her and
young
Toya,
female adult, and that's how she feels.
But here's the thing: is they're making the assumption that women are going to agree with the constant belittling of most men, and not every woman is agreeing with that, because even some of the women that I've heard are like, yo, okay, enough is enough, bro. We've heard that before.
You know what's funny? It's when men say that, it's oh, you blah blah blah. But all right, if women are saying that too, maybe we're not just maybe it's not just in our heads. It's that's kind of exactly what the fuck they're doing here. It's not just and again, if it was funny.
That's what we had said earlier. It's if you want to roast us. Just make sure we laugh.
Us. Exactly.
Make sure we laugh and make sure it's funny. Yeah. Because the thing is, the point was taken the first episode when she made that disclaimer and that dissertation to Bruce about how or why she's always angry as a woman and what she goes through, whatever. Okay, we got that. So that was the perfect opportunity to say, okay, Lone, let's elevate the movie or the show going forward. No, it's just been constant jabs, and then you're trolling yourself. And then you're basically posting up trolls, making it, or you want that to be funny. It's not. It's not.
It's not, bro.
you're basically you're perpetuating something that's already out there that we know, and you're just making it worse for yourself. Don't continue to do that. You got to let that aspect of it go. And with only 3 episodes of the show left, how the fuck can you rekindle? And
they got to figure something out,
bro.
Right.
I was saying this last week, and even Skylar said it. She echoed everything that you basically said, Brendan. She said, I do not want them to, Scholar, you out there. She said, I do not want them to bring Daredevil in this show at all. Don't do it because it's going to piss me off. Because she loves Daredevil. That's her favorite Marvel character. And she's been saying it, please don't bring him in. Because she doesn't want him to make him the butt of all jokes. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, the thing is, bro, a lot of people were excited and they were super hype when you saw the
Daredevil.
Guy, well, no, when you saw the Daredevil helmet, I was not hype at all, because the thing is, I like the simple fact that we had what's his name,
Melvin Potter,
Melvin Potter, yes,
older,
yes, and I was happy with that because he was such a great character, and I love that.
And now he's gone.
Slide that in and said, I'm like, nah, I'm out of it. I was like, if they don't show Melvin, I'm good. I don't want to see it, and it just wasn't hyper for me, man. I wasn't so. Yeah.
That was all a bait and switch, man. That was all bait. That was all bait to watch the come.
I mean,
just to make me watch the next show.
Here's the thing: I will still watch this 10 times a day over Love and Thunder. Right?
Oh yeah.
Look what Toya said.
I'm not saying that like. Here's the thing: I don't hate this show.
You not watch neither.
Well, yeah, I mean, gun to head. I don't hate
I'd rather
this
watch
show.
this Love and Thunder. I agree.
Don't put a gun to my head, please.
I don't hate this show.
Yo, I was like to take both of y'all's banter back and forth just now when you said, "Well, can I watch neither?" And Brendan, you were missing. You was like, "What?" Well, yeah, you know.
Well.
I guess that's always an option.
Yeah.
It's not one we readily exercise.
Yeah, right.
It's on the table.
Oh God.
But that's the problem is I don't hate this show. I just don't like it a lot.
Yeah.
That
man.
There's
like
no
I hate Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
I don't hate this.
Yeah.
I see the potential here. And I'm just like,
we don't mention Love and Thunder. You're right. We don't.
And I just don't think they're gonna have the time to really,
to bring it all together.
Like we've said before, it's like we've always been like, how are they going to wrap up all these threads by this finale when we only have 2 or 3 episodes left? But there were threads. There were all these things that were interesting to us, and we wanted to see how they were going to come together. Exactly. Yeah. But now it's not like, oh, how are they going to bring all of these stories together and have them pay off? Now it's like, do they have time to start a story? Because I feel like we're 6 episodes in and they haven't started one.
Scattered all over the place.
The most interesting thing about this show is what's happening outside of the show with Bruce.
Yeah.
That's what we're like anybody has any kind of interest in. The rest of the stuff happening on the show,
as Amber mentioned earlier, that's what a lot of people are just like. It's not because we like don't want to see She-Hulk. It's just, all right, you can make any criticisms that you want about what they've done with Hulk. It's like there's still a story and a point. At least they have a plan.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like there's a plan at all with She-Hulk, and it's just all right, if you're not going to do anything with them, then like let's just wrap it up. Because if your whole point, it almost feels like these are just TikTok.
He was the Thunderbolts now,
made for short, quick, digestible things just to move on to the next. It's like little clips of episodes that don't have a point, aren't going anywhere, and every episode is just the Party Thor episode of whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like every
Party
episode
Thor.
is. Yeah, I wanted to read this real quick. Toya said, wanted to feel connected to the character's story, her adjustment and evolution, but just don't. Hoping the next couple of episodes push her through some sort of breakthrough that's personally universal. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen, babe. As much as I would want to see it, 3 episodes
we all
now,
want that, but
and that's messed up,
man. That the writers
that's messed
are
up.
capable of that.
Yeah, it just
they aren't even aware, they aren't even accepting of any kind of criticism, because if you voice any opinions that we're saying tonight, the only kickback that you get, the only thing anybody can say is somebody doesn't read comics. You know, clearly somebody's never read a She-Hulk comic. It's like, like that's why we're upset, because it should be smart and funny.
You never read
instead of just goofy for no reason, like no point. Like even Deadpool comics is like tries to have some kind of like it's not just goofy for the sense of, I mean Deadpool, kind of. But She-Hulk is supposed to be smarter than that. It's supposed to have a narrative too. It's supposed to be empowering of who she is, and it's just not hitting the mark on any of the things. I would say it's not hitting the mark on any of the things that they're attempting, but they're not attempting things.
No.
And it's like, even with all the superheroes, right. Even with all the superhero stuff that she does during the day, she still has time to go to work and be a lawyer in court as She-Hulk and win cases. Like, we're not even seeing that on this show, man. Even when she won Blonsky's case, she still was Jen. So it's like,
at least that Blonsky case felt like where a trajectory,
a real law
where
show.
The show could be going, and it just it felt like, all right, we did that. Now
I figured Blonsky was going to help her come to accept her Hulk side and figure out how to balance it.
Oh, see, and that's good writing.
He just dipped out.
That's good writing. Yeah, and it's like they wasted some. I thought she was going to be helping more heroes or villains in court or whatever, or something like that.
Yeah, because she's headed that division. So I was like, okay,
right. Where's the heroes at? Where's the villains at?
There were rumors that was going to be like Ben Grimm's introduction. There were rumors that she was going to be like, for fuck's sake, like bring in like
somebody.
I mean, there's so many characters that you could have brought in, and the fact that they didn't, I don't know, man. It's rough. I just feel like
there's
just a lot of missed opportunities, and just not. Ultimately, it all comes down to just it hasn't been funny. And I wanted it to be.
Nah, that's really where I'm sitting with this show at this point, bro. Is okay. I love She-Hulk. I've always loved Jennifer Walters as a character. Even in comics, I have pretty much almost damn her entire run from basically even the 80s. You know what I mean? Like I have her run. Even shortly lived. I still love the character. What they've done in these episodes is completely neutered her potential as a character, because the thing is, not only is she She-Hulk, and we know that she's, a physical specimen that's extremely strong and agile and can hold her own, but she's intelligent, extremely intelligent. As far as a lawyer, very successful in that attribute, and she's well sought after. You've taken this show and then given it and placed it in the hand of everybody else except for her, to the point where I'm like, yo, if myself was in peril and I needed a lawyer and I lived in that universe, fuck out of here if I would actually ask for your help.
Let me call Matt. Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't ask you for nothing, because and the thing is, I would want to, but I wouldn't, because I don't see your potential. I just see you getting out of shit that you've gotten yourself into, number one, and needing help from other lawyers taking your case.
But since she's been at that law firm, we've only seen her win one fucking case, bro. And that's her and Blonsky on her own. That's it.
One case.
And, I mean, Immortal should have been yours. And then you couldn't represent yourself. Okay, I get that. So you had to get the other girl to help you out. I get that. But it's like Immortal should have been your case. Your boss should have said, you know what? After that last minute wedding on the weekend, go win that Mr. Immortal case.
Yeah.
So the wedding was last minute, correct? It was last minute. You had the case for Mr. Immortal in your office before you left.
Could have won it. And then completely subjective at that particular point, because here's the thing. It's a great way to bring it all together, because you're seeing how you're saying that this particular character was really, we've gotten two individuals, mainly men, one woman, one female character, but two men, that you said objectified women, one being, Mr. Immortal, and then there was another. But looking from Jen's standpoint and what she's basically going through, I think that would have been a really good juxtaposition for her to take on that case. because she's living some of those objective type of situations as a woman. You know what I mean? Subjective type of situation as a woman.
They've had every male on the show be that type of dude, except for the dude.
So I'm just like, like, listen, I don't want
see him
people to
again.
basically think that it's a bash against the simple fact that you do see a strong woman in the position, because I want that, but we're not seeing a strong woman in that position.
We're seeing a bipolar woman.
Simple. And that's the point that I'm trying to make here is like, this show had my attention in the very beginning, first episode, and I wanted her to be able to hold her own without Bruce being there. I wanted her to be able to hold her own and see that she could. But it was just like all we see is a tangent. 1 minute you want to be She-Hulk, next minute you don't, until somebody steals your name, and then you want to fight for the name, and then you get it back, but yet you don't want to embrace it.
No sense.
And then you have other characters that are saying, "Oh no, we don't want to see you," basically as She-Hulk. But then you have other characters saying, "Oh well, I only dated her because she was She-Hulk."
Because she was She-Hulk.
Make up your mind, man. Like where you want this show to go, because right now it is not good writing. You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not good writing, and we want to pay attention because we tune in. I'm just to the point where I just settled with reading the books and reading the story that I'm actually getting right now, because it's a much better story than what I'm actually seeing in live action. So I'm done. Like I'm just gonna next episode. I want to watch it, and it's like you said, they should have flip flopped, because I'm so invested in Andor right now that I can care less. And like you said, Werewolf by Night is coming here in a few weeks. I can't wait for that. You know, I'm damn near right now just focused on Comic-Con. Like where I'm like next week. That's mainly where my focus is. This right here is just, man. I don't know. Toya says, I wouldn't say she's bipolar. I say she's still a bit lost and on the line with her purpose. It's different. What is it? It's definitely a normal stage in life. I just don't see how they're going to show her progressive enough.
I hear that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. What I mean by bipolar, it's not to say that I'm saying that the story itself and the writers are bipolar because they don't know where they want to take this character. They're writing her in ways where it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like really.
But see, I said that about Jen because
next episode.
Right. I said that about Jen because it's like, okay, do you want to be She-Hulk or don't you? Do you want the name or do you don't want the name? You fight for the name, but you're still not comfortable with the character that you are. It's like, that's why I said that she seems that way. But it's like, I don't know, man. Like the show has lost me completely. I mean, with these last few episodes, bro. So
it did.
I don't know.
I don't want to sit up here and bash it the entire time, bro, because I want it to be good, and that's why it's kind of hard for me. I want it to be good. I want to say that, okay, yes, it has potential to be dope, and it could be, but if we're all sort of like unanimous on this right now, just imagine what everybody else is saying, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. We're never
imagine what everybody else is basically saying at the moment, bro. Like straight up, like imagine. And it's just like, yo, you can't keep writing stories like this, man. Like you can't. Like this next phase, I'm completely worried about this phase right now, bro. I am. And this going into in a movie that I am highly anticipating seeing, which is, Wakanda Forever. Like, come on, man. Like that can't be the. I need.
Well, on the plus side, they did confirm just recently that Namor is a mutant.
Yes,
he is.
They did say he's a mutant. They said it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
In an interview,
so Miss Marvel was the first official. Now Namor is the second one.
He is a mutant in the
That's
in
awesome.
the MCU. So yes, so at
That's
least
awesome. That's awesome.
So we got that.
We got that news. Well, Secret Invasion should remake the Marvel TV shows, I think, because Secret Invasion was freaking awesome. I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, it does. It does.
They would have to bring back the Marvel TV shows, I guess, because this one is not bringing it back, man. It's not.
I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's enough for me. Everybody out there, let me know. Like I said, I mean, next episode, like next Monday, we'll be back. Hopefully, we'll have good things to say about it. I'm hoping that we can say that, okay, it's trending upwards, or we see potential that it could. Because right now, I'm not confident. I'm really not confident right now, and I want to see it. But anyway, Bucky Naked, bro. What you got coming up, man? What you got coming up next, bro?
Well, I'm probably gonna watch the trailer that dropped today for The Last of Us about 20, maybe 50 more times. Because good God damn, does that look good?
Oh, Vinny, you didn't watch it yet, did you?
So
why would I? I'll be there day one.
He's not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I don't watch shares of anything I know I'm gonna watch. Last of Us is up there in my top 5 video games of all time, close to the one spot, if not one.
Yeah, The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2 as a combo, I think
that is
the best storytelling and writing in video games, bar none.
I remember the first time I played it, and that first opening thing, I was like, "This is something different." So I'm really hoping that if they capture even part of that on screen, it's going to be something very special.
Without giving you any details about the trailer, it looks like they fucking did. Yeah. And plus, Neil Druckmann actually got to direct a couple episodes. The creator of
the creator of the game, yeah.
And he's a great storyteller. But like this show, I'm super super excited for. It looks phenomenal. I'm telling people that like it's like I understand like there's Game of Thrones, there's House of Dragons. This show, The Last of Us, is the next show. That is the show that people are going to be talking about and blown away by. And if you haven't played the game, you've got to experience this game. I just finished another playthrough on the new PS5 remake of it. And it is the ultimate way to play that game. But the story and the progression of that, and then I'm gonna play The Last of Us 2 again right now now that I finished the first one again. It's just a masterpiece in storytelling, and this show is gonna be something special. And what we saw in this trailer, legit, I've already watched it 20, 30 times today. I'm gonna watch it a bunch more. It looks like they took the heart of this game and they really put it on screen, and I can't fucking wait for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's gonna be dope. Anyway, thank you for being here, Bucky Naked. Now you can go relax and get some sleep and some cheeks. Vinny.
Not a bad idea.
What's going on, bro? What you
Put
got?
that on my to-do list.
when in doubt, cheeks it out, you know.
Cheeks it out, baby. Cheeks it out.
Cheeks.
It solves all ills. The focus right now also for me is definitely Comic-Con's right around the corner. So New York Comic-Con is just I can smell it. It's right here. I'm finally getting excited about it. So I'm definitely excited, looking forward to that. And of course, just working on Inktober prep. So that's the main focus now. So I'm looking forward to that. The House of Dragons has been great. And I'm still enjoying Ring of Power. Lots of reading to do, and just that's about it. I mean, Civilized Scoundrels on Thursdays, talk up Andor, and so a lot to look forward to. And I know it sounds, if you're a She-Hulk fan, it sounds like we've shit on the show a bit here, but that is all part of it. They're not, if you enjoy it, great. What's beautiful about this? There's so much content out there that if there's a show that doesn't hit, it's okay. There's something coming right else after it that, it's if one show is not for you, something else is coming down the pipe, right around the corner. There's so much out there that you can't really be mad at anything that doesn't really hit, because there's so much to enjoy. There's so much to enjoy. So, Yep. New York Comic-Con right around the corner. I can't wait.
New York Comic-Con right around the corner, which means that we're going to get like a lot of new announcements, some new stuff that we might actually get around that time. So I can expect to hear something. So I'm just excited about it. But if you haven't already, Vincent Dunn Art on Instagram and Instagram, we can see his art, but it's also Vincent Dunn Art on OnlyFans. We get to see the room. What's going on? Maybe. Did I kid? What's going on with you, brother, man? What's up, bro? What you got?
Nothing, man. I got a boxes and I gotta open up. Trying to be like you, open up my figures. Over here on the floor here,
bro.
I gotta get some stuff done. And then boxes over on the floor. Got some figures in. I got Moth in finally. I just opened up the what is it? The Taskmaster.
Yeah, dope, right?
That body is I like how it's built. So you can do a lot with that figure, man. That figure's dope.
Oh yeah.
So
it's the sleeper of a figure, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, bro. I'm glad I picked that up, man. I'm trying to make this little shelf for these Batmobiles. Getting the parts in for that soon to do that. And right now, I'm waiting for this damn storm to pass. Hopefully, it'll go by us pretty quick. But we got a lot of rain right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's coming down outside. Yeah. Other than that, man, we batten down the hatches and get ready for this week. That's it, man.
Definitely, bro. Be number one. Just be careful, bro. That's just number one. Make sure you're careful and stuff like that.
Did you just open that, bro?
Who, me?
How long you had that Spider-Man, dog?
No, I've opened this a long time ago. I was just reposing it. And I took these off at first, but once I reposed it, I was like, okay, let me just put it back on. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
I'm about to say, I know how you do, but you had like 12 boxes, won't open none of
them. Yeah, I know. Just no, I had this for a long time, bro. So it is.
Yeah, I got that when that first dropped, man. That's one of my favorite ones, man. That's underrated. That one.
Yeah, it definitely is. It is definitely an underrated figure, man. And it's one to have in your collection if you don't already have it.
Definitely, bro.
But anyway, bro, thank you as always for being here, and thank everybody out there, man. Again, we just want to emphasize we're not shitting on the show. We just wanted to be good, and hopefully next week,
that's it.
We'll get that. Again, tune in next week, same time, same channel. We'll be basically back here. Sorry, there wasn't a lot to really talk about, but hopefully next week we have more. What's coming up? We have Uncivilized Scoundrels on Thursday. We have Say What Wednesday. We have
great show.
Figure Flex Friday. And,
Figure Flex Friday
all day. And we definitely have next week or next Sunday, Collectors Lounge International, everything leading into and then we probably talk about Comic-Con on Monday. So definitely stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys out there, thank you very much. Hopefully next week we'll have some more recommendations when it comes to books, so stay tuned for that. We'll bring that back. So again,
back on that.
Stay classy, everybody out there. She-Hulk, please, Thursday, give us an episode that might
write something good.
Yeah, and just do that. Hopefully you can make up for the dumpster fire that we've actually gotten so far. Certain episodes, not all of it, but certain episodes that we've gotten. Yeah. You know what I mean? So let's make up for it. Anyway, you guys, thank you very much for being here. We'll see you next week. We out. Peace.